Now that your thesis statement is completed and approved, you can now start on the rough outline, which you have on a piece of paper in front of you. So you should take that handout out and be ready to complete it. If you look on the packet that has your prompt on it, you will see that there is a checklist in each of the body paragraph boxes, as well as in the introductory paragraph and the concluding paragraph. As you get started on outlining your essay, it is very important that you refer back to this checklist, which is on the back of that packet. So go ahead and take out your blank rough outline, and I will show you exactly what you need to complete by tomorrow. This is the rough outline handout that you should have by now. If you don't have it, you can grab one from my desk by asking the substitute teacher, or you can print one out by going onto the Canvas module for this unit. If you look on my rough outline, I have circled thesis statement in yellow. Please make sure you write down your thesis statement in that section. Do not worry about the other aspects of the introductory paragraph and the concluding paragraph. For now, you can leave the hook, background information or context, tag, and concluding paragraph sections empty. Please only write in your thesis statement for now, and later when you watch the other video, you can learn more about what the hook, background information or context, and tag, and the concluding paragraph is all about. In your thesis statements, you wrote 3 general reasons or 3 ways in which Arthur Miller explores or demonstrates the lesson, or basically the answer to the prompt, right? So you're going to go ahead and write those 3 reasons in the boxes that you see that I circled in red, green, and blue. So your first reason obviously goes in body paragraph number 1 in that box. Your second reason goes into body paragraph 2 in that box. And your third reason goes into body paragraph 3 in that general box that I circled in blue. Then this is the time-consuming part that you're going to be spending the majority of the class period today working on. You need to find 6 pieces of evidence. Yes, I said 6, because you're going to come up with 2 pieces of evidence for each of the 3 reasons. If you remember my example that I went over in class, I wrote how people's personal beliefs or the power of their beliefs lead to ethical dilemmas, and I explained it through 3 reasons. I said there are sacrificial characters, there are legalistic characters, and then there's the silent majority. So then I would put the sacrificial characters in the red column, the legalistic characters in the second column, and finally the silent majority in the third column. And then I would have to look through the entire play and find pieces of textual evidence that go with each of the 3 categories, or the 3 ways, or the 3 general reasons. This means that you need to be able to access the play. You can do so by going on my Learn Park textbook and looking at the PDFs there, or by looking at the pink packet in front of you. So by going through the play, and another very handy tool you have is the slideshows that we have of all of the different pieces of textual evidence, which I put into your class folder. And finally, you could also just look directly in the play, right? And you can find pieces of evidence that help you prove your point. So for the sacrificial characters, I would probably have to find textual evidence about people like Giles Corey or Rebecca Nurse. For characters who are legalistic, I would have to find textual evidence about people like Reverend Hale before he changes, or Judge Danforth. And finally, for body paragraph number 3, for the silent majority, I would have to find parts of the text where Arthur Miller talks about the community of Salem, Massachusetts, and how people were afraid to speak up because they were afraid of authority and they were afraid of people in power, and how it might affect their reputation or even affect their livelihood, how even the act of speaking up would automatically create like a feeling of guilt or a sentence of guilt over them. Remember, your pieces of evidence need to be different from each other. you have to have 6 different pieces of evidence, so 2 per body paragraph. These 3 body paragraphs should not be repetitive. They should be very different from each other because they are obviously going to be centered around 3 separate, distinct, unique reasons or ways in which Arthur Miller shows his message. And as you can see by the orange things that cross out the top and the bottom, you do not have to worry about the hook, tag, and context, background information, or the concluding paragraph today. All you have to do is work on finding your 6 pieces of evidence. And remember, if you chose topic number 4, then half of the evidence that you find needs to come from an outside source that is focused on the Red Scare, Joseph McCarthy, the 1950s. But please remember, you're not just limited. This applies to everyone. No one is limited to 2 pieces of evidence. If you strongly believe that a 3rd piece of evidence would make your case better, then go ahead and do so. So 3 pieces of evidence is totally fine, but you need a minimum of 2 per body paragraph. As far as the intro and conclusion go, don't worry about that yet, but if you want to get a head start, then you can go ahead and watch the next video, which is on the structure of the 5-paragraph essay, to learn more about how to correctly write the hook, tag, and context, and what I expect of you in the concluding paragraph. Okay, that's it for today. So continue working on those rough outlines, and I'll see you tomorrow. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you.